thought you wanted.
You need to be a little more excited.
I am
A
excited.
little more enthusiastic.
I am enthusiastic. Uh, New York. We went to New York, and tell us what you wanna. What is it that you want to talk about today?
We spent a weekend in New York. We had a hotel at the Midtown Hilton. If you're ever in New York and you're close to the Midtown Hilton, after 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, stop in, say hello to Freddie and Woody.
You remember their name?
Woody makes a great old fashioned. Freddie has great conversation.
Yeah.
I spent 3 nights in there with the high bar tab, but I had a great time. There was a cast of characters in there, and they were always in there. They were in there every night.
Every night.
There was a young lady from Florida who worked for NBC Sports or something. She was doing work at the bar. We talked about bourbon. There was a guy who was retired. His wife was passed, and he was in New York visiting some friends, and he came in and he talked about bourbon also. There was a guy who was he worked for a hedge fund in Cleveland. He was in New York, come to New York about once a month. Had a great conversation with him every night. There was a guy from Indiana. Him and his boys were in town. And then the last 2 nights we were there, there was a medical convention for black doctors. And let me tell you, we had a grand time.
Yes.
Doctors from California, Dallas, and Charlotte. But we had a great time. And I think we bring this up because we've talked about this before, talking, saying hello to people. You never know if they're having a bad day. You never know how you can help them. Well, I don't know if anybody was having a bad day in the bar, but I can tell you, when you go to the bar and there are people in there, sometimes it's beneficial to just say hello. You'll know if they're standoffish, but it's free to say hello. And there is self-development in talking to all those people.
Yeah.
I had a great time.
I did too.
And I felt, I was excited to go back in there every night. Not because of the old fashions, but because I thought the conversation was great. And we talked about all kind of stuff.
It's amazing that you at the bar and you just meet different peoples from different walks of life. How if you open up, like you said, and give them a chance and give yourself a chance, you have great conversation. You learn about their family, and you may not ever see these people. You will probably never see these people ever again. But it's the point that you bonded 2 days talking about family. Virgil actually talked to a guy about relationships. I wasn't there. But
you know my answer though.
Right. So it was just the point.
I also talked to a guy from New Jersey. He was visiting his friend who was at the medical conference, and he wanted to fly airplanes. He was interested in getting his pilot license or getting a few flights. And just by chance, I had flown this guy's airplane who lived in New Jersey, and I reached out to him, and I connected those two. So hopefully they can get together and he can get a flight or two. So,
that's awesome.
So it's always good. People want to help other people.
And people want to meet people. When you go on vacation with your spouse, me and Virgil, we could have hung out together. We could have went to the bar, sat in a corner, had drinks, had dinner, and just been by ourselves, and then went back up to the room, watched TV. But instead...
Oh, there was no TV watching.
Okay.
Go ahead. I understand what you mean.
But instead, we decided to sit at the bar, and just start conversation. And it was great.
Yeah.
It was really good. So if you do go out of town, open up a little bit.
I told my friend that, we met all these people, and his response is, you always meet unique people at the bar.
You do.
And he's right.
He's right. Well, we remember we met that when we were, a couple of years ago, we went to a Mexican restaurant and we met a young lady, and she was single and she was just at the bar by herself. She said she would come and she would eat, have a drink, and just talk to whoever come to the bar. And just so happened that night, me and Virgil was at the bar, and we talked to her, and I chatted with her a little bit afterwards, um, but it was just, I mean, we chatted for like an hour.
Yeah.
It was a good time. And of course, Virgil started the conversation. He was like, Esther, start talking. I'm like, no. So he started talking. She told us where she worked, and it was just nonstop after that. Nonstop.
Yeah.
So
I think, you have to be open, but, you can't talk to everybody. Everybody's not going to talk to you. And I think once you say hello or you say a couple of words, you'll know right away whether they are open to the conversation or not.
Have you ever met someone that you tried to start talking to and they
Yes.
weren't receptive? Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't even imagine.
Well, it doesn't happen very often to me.
I was going to say, with your person, I'm serious.
No, sometimes, sometimes people may be having a really bad day and they got things on their mind and they're just not up for talking. And, okay, you don't feel bad about it. They're just not up for talking.
Because I could not imagine.
Yeah.
Because you are Virgil is one of those individuals that you are. That when you start, you have this niceness about you. Like you have it all over your body. Like, you're just a nice person.
That is a true statement.
You're just a nice person. And when people, and sometimes I'm in awe of you because when you are talking to people, they're actually just like, I mean, I watched
You know what that look is? That look is probably, why the hell won't he stop talking?
No, I'm serious. I'm so serious. I do. And when I'm out by myself, well, not even by myself, so at the bar, we were sitting at the bar and the young lady was sitting next to me. You were talking to a gentleman on the other side of you. And I was like, I'm just going to start talking to her. So I asked her where she was from, and it was okay. And so I remember at the end of the night, I was like, I just started talking to her, and we just chit-chatted. And then she followed me on Instagram.
I didn't get any Instagram followers.
I got one.
Oh, nice.
She followed me. She's like, are you on Instagram? Because I guess we said something in the conversation. And she's like, I want to follow you. So, no, actually, I got two.
Oh.
2 followers Instagram. And so I watch you, and it makes me want to be better. It makes me want to start the conversation because people want to talk to me, and I want to meet other people.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you.
Yeah.
You're awesome. So anywho, we just wanted to tell y'all about open up and don't be
broaden
afraid.
your horizon.
Yeah. Your network.
And
never know.
And see if you can get some self-development out of it.
And you never know who you may meet.
You never know who you're talking to.
You may be praying for something, and that person be like,
there it is.
There it is.
You may be able to help somebody.
Yeah.
Or maybe they can help you. You never know.
Yeah. All right. So we just wanted to put that out there and share New York and what we did at the bar for how many days?
3 days.
3 days.
Well, 4 days and 3 nights.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. Until next time, we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.